Welcome back, guys. In this video, we're going to talk about some advanced passing chords. And this is one of the easiest tricks you can do if you want to do melodies and chord progressions outside of the scale. First, let's look at chromatic passing chords. And all this means is that we're going to be playing a passing chord a semitone above or below the chord we're landing on. By the way, this stuff is really good for R&B and lo-fi, but you're not going to hear this much in trap and pop music. For example, if we're in the key of C major, let's say our chord progression is 1, 4, and then 5, 7. Let's put a passing chord right in between that 4 and the 5. And for that passing chord, we're going to be playing the exact same thing, just a semitone above or below. So if the chord we're going to is a dominant 7, then we can do a dominant 7 above or a dominant 7 below. So let's hear that. That's okay. That's a lot better. This next one is really popular, and you're going to hear this one a lot. Now, a minor 3 is the exact same shape as a minor 2, only 2 semitones down. So what people like to do is just chromatically move down semitones until they get to that 2. Once again, this is really good for jazz, neo soul, and R&B stuff. If we add some 7s to it, we could do a 1, and then a 3, flat 3, then 2, and that sounds really good. 4, and then back to 1. And you can sometimes hear this chromatic motion in the 6. So you can go 1, 6, flat 6, then minor 5 instead of major 5 because we're borrowing the key from the 4. Now the next chord I want to show you is the diminished passing chord, and this is one of my personal favorites. And this trick is really simple because all we're going to do is play a diminished chord a semitone above or below the chord we're going to. Let's say we're in the key of A major and our chord progression is 1, 2, and then 6. So all we're going to do is look at the chord we're going to, and we're going to play a diminished chord, either a semitone above or below it. We're playing A, and then we're going into B minor. So let's look at B, and we're going to play a diminished chord here or here. So it can be this, or it can be this. Let's try both options. That sounds good. I like that one a bit better. I like going below better because you can get this chromatic movement at the bottom. And we can start adding 7s and 9s. After the B minor, we're going to the 6, which is the F sharp minor, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing. So F sharp, we can do a diminished chord under. So let's do this, F diminished chord. That sounds really good too. And once again, we're always trying to do good voice leading. Also, instead of just doing regular diminished chords, a fully diminished 7 really fills it all out more too. The reason this works so well is because it kind of acts like a dominant chord itself. Now, if you look at a 5-1, if you see that dominant 7 on the 5, if we get rid of that root, all we're left with is a diminished chord right there. And that diminished chord is 1 semitone under our root. And that's the exact same motion we're doing for the other chords. Let's say our chord progression is 1, 2, 3, 4. We can just put diminished chords right under those. And this is a good alternative because sometimes that dominant 7 sound is a little bit corny. So if we replace it with the diminished chord instead, we maintain that darker sound. So once again, try these out on your own with a couple chord progressions. You're going to start noticing that all of this is based on the concepts we have earlier. There's just slight alterations to it. And that's the beauty of music theory. It's not as complicated as you think.